I have loved watching your roller coaster and your journey. You've been adorable, and Australia's loved you too.
Sure.
So thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
You've been an amazing couple. Can I have a hug though? You
Yeah,
guys
of
been
course,
all
absolutely.
well done.
Thank you.
I made the biggest mistake of going on Twitter, and sadly, I found out who was sent home. And for me, to say, am I surprised that they've gone home? Not really, not really. Did they deserve to go home? No, they did not. They were cheated. It doesn't make sense that you have people that have been together for 6 days and you think they're more compatible than a couple that's been there a lot longer than them. It doesn't make sense that you've got a couple whereby you were actually talking during the Meet the Parents that the guy is just trying to say what he thinks the family wants to hear, and yet you decide to save them. And people who've been together since they decided to go all in and have never sort of swayed from that decision and have been growing steadily. Yes, they had issues. So did every other couple in the villa. So the audacity for people to stand there and say, oh, we're voting for them because of the things that have been said. What about the things that you have all said and done? Make that make sense. I'm so furious. I'm so upset. I don't even know what to say. I can't even think straight. Oh my God. And it shows the type of person that someone has been for Sophie to ask for a hug from the contestant. I've never heard her say, oh, can I give you a hug? You've been amazing. Never. So she knows they were cheated. The people that cheated them out of the final know they were cheated. And I wish them all the best. I hope they succeed. I don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't watched it. Anyway, hey there. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. It's more of a sad day for reality reviews by Valerie today than it was when Nakia left, because I don't have a favorite in the villa anymore. I really don't. I'm going to be honest. Anyway, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island Australia, Season 5, Episode 27. So it's the morning after the hideaway, and you have Tyra and Kale come out of the hideaway. I still feel some type of way because we didn't get to really see anything that's sort of as bad as we saw with Nate and Georgia. But anyway, I'll keep my opinions to myself. So they have a conversation with all the other islanders saying they've been brought closer. Well, everybody that's gone to the hideaway hasn't just gone there to chat. They've gone to have sex, so they would feel closer unless it was really bad. Anyway, they receive a text message to say that it's Meet the Parents. So they're going to sort of video call all their parents. And first up is Kale and Tyra. Well, I loved Kale and I loved their family, actually. I liked both Tyra's mom and dad, and I loved her brothers. I loved her brothers because her brothers had to ask about the tattoos and, you know, whether he was going to tattoo Tyra's name onto himself. And that's not a good idea because now relationships, you can't guarantee that they'll last forever. But I liked the fact that the dad was very serious and made it known, or made his presence known. And so Kyle knew that, you know, it wouldn't just be a walk in the park. He would have to sort of respect the boundaries that the father set. And the father was very jokey as well. He was very serious, and he also made a joke about choking Kyle out because Kyle apparently used to do MMA. So that was cute to see. I think the father was trying to see if there was anything he and Kyle had in common. Tyra's mom was more concerned about finding out whether they were boyfriend and girlfriend and whether they were going to pursue it outside of the villa, which is good. I think there was no way Kale's family would not have liked Tyra. Tyra comes across as a very sweet girl. She's highly intelligent. She's beautiful. So that was cute to see. And when she spoke, even Kyle noticed that they all got giddy. So I'm not surprised that they loved her. I think if you look in the villa, there's certain people who've been consistently themselves and who you can tell are very good people from what we've seen. Unless the producers have edited out bad bits, but I don't think so. I think Tyra, that's who she is. Someone like Nate, I think that's who he is. Zach, that's who he is. Love him or hate him. So it was cute to see their family's reactions, and you had everybody else sit in the bedroom and sort of watch and sort of see the reactions and see what was going on. And then you have Reed saying, oh, I think I know one of his cousins. And it's like, why? Seth had to ask him, so have you slept with the sister then? And it was just like, oh my God, Seth, don't, because we already know that he slept with Ponty, so please don't. But anyway, it was a cute family meetup. Next up is Nate and Georgia. Nate and Georgia, well, they got to see Georgia's mom and cousin. And the cousin had to ask, have you done the dirty deed? And it's like, seriously, why would you do that? Why? If you've been watching, you will have known that they have. So I like the fact that her mom just said, shout no, you haven't. Shout no, because Georgia said no comment. She couldn't say no because that would offend Nate, and she couldn't say yes because that might offend her family. So she said no comment, and the mom was like, just say no comment, just say no comment. And it was cute to see their relationship and how much they really love Georgia. They seemed impressed by Nate, and Nate is very charming, so I'm not surprised that they were impressed. Then they got to talk to Will Wiggins. Apparently that's Nate's friend, and it seems Nate has been talking about him a lot. So he got to do the live sort of video call, but they got to send a message from his family. And it was so sweet to hear them sort of include Georgia's name in it. And you could tell Georgia was really happy. I don't know whether it's because of timing and his family were not able to do a live call, so his friend decided to do it, or whether, you know, he was feeling very down and he felt he wanted to talk to his friend live. But it seemed to go very well. I liked it. I loved it. I loved everything about it. They seemed very happy. They seemed very impressed with Georgia and Nate. So Georgia was happy that his family actually included her by name in the message. And, you know, every time they spoke, they would put Georgia's name first and then they would call him Nathaniel. So that was cute to see. I really liked that for them. I really liked that for them. And I hope they keep going. Next up was Sav and Clint. They got to speak to Clint's mum. And that was cute because Sav was on her best behavior, and she actually said it, that I was very conscious of what I was saying and how I was saying it. And because we know she can, you know, be a wild card at times. She can say some very provocative things or some controversial things. So it was cute to see her try to sort of make the best impression. I think of all of Sav's partners in the villa, Clint has been the best for her because he has taught her how to be comfortable in her skin, and that she doesn't need to be very outlandish or out there in order for people to like her or to accept her. And I think this is why she sort of started to sort of drift away from the likes of Zach and Lucinda. I think it's because she's realized that she is a better person than she's given herself credit for. And I think if she can take this sort of view into the real world when she leaves the villa, whether she's with Clint or not, I think she will be the best version of herself. Clint got to meet Sav's family. They seemed very sweet, but they know who Sav is, so they weren't surprised when he said, you know, at times we come up with stuff and they went, oh, we know. I think they know who she is and they love her for who she is. So that was cute to see. Her sister did ask him, are you going to move to Adelaide? And I think it's a bit too soon after 7 days. And I'm happy that he didn't give them false hope by saying, oh, yes, definitely. He said, you know, it's too soon. And her dad agreed because they barely know each other. They need to see where this thing is going before they can decide about moving closer to each other, I think. And I agree with that. So next up is Reed and Chloe. Reed's lips were just moving, because he was asked, you know, what do you like about my daughter? And he went on, and I don't even know what he was trying to sell Chloe's mum. And I hope she saw through him that he's not serious about her daughter. He's just after the money, and that's it. So the idea that she would even bother asking him any questions doesn't make sense. Because when Reed introduced Chloe to his family, he told them she's my fifth couple. And it's like, why is that necessary? Why is that necessary? Just introduce her. This is Chloe. I like her because A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Nate didn't have to tell his friends about his previous partners. And Zach was calling him out that, you know, he's a politician. He's always trying to sort of maneuver his way out of getting in trouble and saying the right thing. Everybody could tell that Reed was lying. He was lying. And I don't know what Chloe sees in this man outside of his looks, really, and I don't think that's even worth the hassle that comes with dating Reed. I think this is why he's always sort of hopping from bed to bed, and this is why he's always in these threesomes, foursomes, whatever. I don't know. Next up is Zach and Lucinda. Well, I don't even know why Lucinda's pretending to be excited. She's already done this before on her season. I don't even know what number she was, so I don't understand the hype for her to be all giddy and, oh, this is my boyfriend. And for her brother to say, is it actually a real relationship? I think they know she's there for the money, and that's it. I don't even know why she's lasted this long. I wish she would go home. Zach, surprisingly, was very quiet. Even all the other islanders were shocked to see it. And so, I don't know. We'll see. I really have no opinion about that family meetup, so we'll see how it plays out in the real world. Apparently they're still dating, so good luck to them. So the islanders receive a text message after obviously the drinks to say they need to gather around the fire pit. When they do gather around the fire pit, the couples are asked to go in groups and decide which is the least compatible couple. And for me, to say I'm disappointed is an understatement. Did I expect this? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Australian Love Island, I've only watched it. This is my second time. And I saw this coming. Because I think there are a number of reasons why the people voted the way they did, and they try to look for an excuse, but it doesn't make sense. Anyway, you have Zach and Lucinda, Sav and Clint, and Kale and Tyra voting for Nate and Georgia, which means Nate and Georgia are going home. Nate and Georgia and Reed and Chloe voted for Sav and Clint. And personally, I'm going to say the reasons why. One is race. Nate is mixed race. I don't even think in Love Island history anyone of color has won. I might have to go back and look. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Two, I think it was jealousy, because people could tell Nate had a likability about him, about how he carried himself. And three, I think it was payback. Why? I think people like Zach, it was payback because Georgia didn't, couple up with his friend, and that's why they did that. And four, I think it's because people saw their chances of winning against Nate and Georgia as being highly unlikely. This is why they voted them out. Do I think Kale and Tara are going to win? No, I don't think so. I do not think so, because Tara's already revealed that she's African. So that already knocks her out, according to Australian competitions, in my opinion. I might be wrong. I'm sorry. And so I don't get how you can send Nate and Georgia home when you've got Sav and Clint, you've got Reed and Chloe, you've got Zach and Lucinda. I don't get it. Even Kale and Tyra, I still don't get it. So to say I'm disappointed is an understatement. To say I'm furious is an understatement. I really don't know how I feel about this. And I am so heartbroken. But at the end of the day, you cannot change who someone is. Even you could tell that Sophie was upset, because Sophie has never asked anyone for a hug. And the fact that she went to ask for a hug from Nate says a lot. She knows he was robbed. She knows that the voting was more along friendship lines. I don't know where Kale and Tyra were coming from, apart from the fact that they thought their only chance of winning was knocking out Nate and Georgia. That's the only thing I can think of. Because to tell me that they believe that Savannah and Clint are a better couple than Nate and Georgia, no, I don't believe that. That's a total lie. I think they did that because they wanted to win, and that's it. And I'm not going to mince my words. They did that because they wanted to win, nothing else. Nate and Georgia, well, they were in the embodiment of class, because their goodbyes, they were not bitter about being voted out. They didn't say anything malicious. They were happy to be going home together, so that was cute to see. But I feel some type of way, and I really am very upset and heartbroken that this is what's happened, because I personally don't think they deserve to go home. I think there are couples there that are just there to be on TV and to make money, and for the money that comes with being on TV. So for the idea that people like Reed are still there, or Savannah, doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, I'm furious. To say I'm furious is an understatement, but I am. It is an understatement, because I don't think Nate or Georgia deserve this. I don't think they deserve this. I don't think they were the least compatible couple. They've been together since they decided to go in all 100%. And so the idea that people like Zach would say, oh, you were a great guy. You was a great guy, but you didn't think he deserved the money. You thought you deserved the money. Lucinda, who's been on a show and hasn't won her season, deserved the money. I don't get that. Anyway, so Nate and Georgia leave, and I'm heartbroken. I think I'll do a review or a discussion about their relationship sometime next week. I'll upload that, their journey on Love Island, because I really liked how Nate carried himself. And then Sophie comes back, and she comes back with money, and there's the temptation for the islanders to see if someone wants the money or whether they are truly in love. So they're offered up to 20k, and they're all sitting there. I think Reed is going to take it, because apparently the prize money is 50,000 Australian dollars. So if that's the prize money and you're being offered 20,000, which is a sure thing as compared to maybe, you might as well leave with that and leave with the villain title. If you've been the bomb diffuser, why not just take it and go? I have a feeling that Reed is going to take it. We weren't shown what happens, but I have a feeling that Reed is most likely going to take it. Sav might not be that sort of greedy, but Reed, yes, I get it. Anyway, or someone like Zack might take it just to get the villain sort of story arc and then go and share it with Lucinda. But hey, it is what it is. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 26. Bye guys.